So Pastor Melky is a Seventh-day Adventist pastor, basically assigned in a little remote area called Palanan. And Pastor, what is it like in Palanan area? What is that area like?
From Manila, we have to travel 2 days to Dilasag, and then from Dilasag, we have to travel by boat to Palanan for 8 to 10 hours. If the weather is bad, sometimes we get stranded for a week or more. It's an isolated place. There's no road access from the bigger community here. And then there are some old folks there who have never been out of Palanan. That is why it was kind of a challenging place to do the ministry. Palanan people are not actually natives from Palanan. Many of them are natives from different kind of tribes. There are Ifugaos, there are Kalingas there are from Aurora, there are Tagalog, there are the Cebuans, there are Ilonggos also, and some are Muslims.
Wow. When you arrive in Palanan, what was the people's reaction like when it comes to the Seventh-day Adventist Church and our religion and so on?
From the Central Luzon Conference pastors, there were already 4, and I am the 5th. But people are still aloof with the pastors. I was told that there are 3 congregations, but nobody is attending church. So I have to start over again. Lord, please open more doors for us. We kneel to seek God's help, and then finally, God opened a bigger door that will even touch the hearts of the people and will change their impression about Adventism. And that is the ministry of PAMAS. For the moment, I already have 2 congregations with church building, but I am working on 20 congregations around Palanan.
You mentioned to me that you would go door to door and visit the sick and do natural remedies, etc. So why would a pastor be going door to door and administering to the sick? We're thinking pastors just be in the church, preach, how did that work for you and what was your experience
Actually, even before I applied as a pastor with the Central Luzon Conference, I was already a medical missionary. And I managed, with God's help, to gather people to be in the church. But I have seen that it is not enough. My wife, she prayed to the Lord that somehow God will give her also a missionary heart. Even before we got married, I told her, you will be going to places where you don't want to go.
Right.
Well, anyway, God has been so gracious to her, gracious to us, that after our wedding, she told me, I will go wherever you want me to go.
I've seen the photos and I see the muddy path, the rugged area. You have to go under some big trees.
Yes.
You have your son as well. Sometimes you're lifting him and helping him across. So we really praise the Lord that you guys are partnered with the right thing. I'm new to Palanan as a missionary pilot. How did the aviation ministry get to you and start helping Palanan?
Well, I heard that there's an Adventist plane coming. I was not expecting for any plane to arrive because the weather is terrible. And they said, after 5 minutes we will be landing Palanan. Can you see any visibility? Is there any visibility? And then, your airport is now visible. And then I took my motorcycle and then went to the airport and then meet them. They opened their hearts for Palanan. And you know what? We cried with my wife.
Wow.
This is God's answer. From that day, many people came to me, whose plane was that? Why did they come to the pastor's house? I told them they will be coming back. After a few weeks, they came We talked to the mayor, and then the mayor was so glad. And that was the first time that I have seen how God extended His hand to help the ministry in Palana. After we talked with the mayor, I talked to the hospital and the rural health unit. I told them that whenever there are serious medical emergencies, just let me know. That was one of the most challenging thing, because when PAMAS start transferring medical emergencies, they don't ask for any financial assistance. But after some time, many people knew about it, especially when there was a dengue epidemic, and Captain Ray transported 15 patients. The mayor came to me and said, "Pastor, we appreciate so much with your ministry here, but how could we help you?" So from this time on, every flight we will give 5,000 pesos for fuel share, and that is coming from emergency fund of the municipality. So from that time on, the impression was changed. The Seventh-day Adventists are people who help the needy. That was the very first time that I was overwhelmed with the word pastor. You know what? Because even the little children call me pastor. Good morning, pastor. Everybody calls me pastor. And even the higher officials of the government. And then these people came to me, "Pastor, we are so sorry. Our impression before were very negative, but this time everybody were looking at Seventh-day Adventists as a God-sent ministry, because they had seen how we help people, especially those pilots, Dwayne, Captain Ray, who's really started the ministry there, and also Ryan Lucky. It's a very big blessing for Palanan to have
The aviation.